The other thing is the proposal that I have and that President Trump has discussed about a strategic Bitcoin reserve or strategic Bitcoin stockpile, where the United States would acquire and hold Bitcoin for 20 years. Because of the way that Bitcoin has been appreciating since inception, this would be an asset that could help shore up the US dollar as the world reserve currency and serve as a reserve that could be used to reduce the national debt significantly. The American people are still hurting from inflation, from high prices, and they want the national debt reduced. These are ways to do it with an asset that is immutable, can easily be held by the federal government in a variety of vaults, and that states can participate in as well. So this is the gold standard digital asset, and a strategic Bitcoin reserve is the way to embed it.
We got off the gold standard a long time ago. My question is how much you would spend tax dollars at a time where we're talking about trying to reduce costs. How much would you spend on Bitcoin as part of this reserve?
We wouldn't have to spend any new dollars. We have reserves at our 12 Federal Reserve banks, including gold certificates that could be converted to current fair market value. They're held at their 1970s value on the books, and then sell them into Bitcoin. That way, we wouldn't have to use any new dollars in order to establish this reserve. The United States already holds over 200,000 Bitcoin in the asset forfeiture funds. So that would be the initial source of Bitcoin. So no new money spent on this reserve.
What's going on, bull runners? Welcome back to the channel. Imagine a world where your investments in cryptocurrencies could skyrocket overnight, where the boundaries between traditional and decentralized finance blur into one seamless opportunity. Welcome to a journey into the heart of digital finance revolution. Today, we're unveiling secrets that could redefine your investment strategy. But first, let's dive into the mystery that's been widespread all throughout the dark corners of the internet. Every investor knows the thrill of the unknown, but what if I told you that there's a new player in town that might just hold the key to unlocking the true potential of your crypto portfolio? Purpose Investments has quietly filed for something revolutionary, the world's first XRP ETF. Yes, you heard that right, an XRP exchange-traded fund that could bridge the gap between traditional finance systems and the vibrant, volatile crypto market. But here's the catch. It is still in preliminary prospect stage right now. And as we all know right now, the problem for XRP is the accessibility to XRP has been limited. Traditional investors are sometimes scared to invest into the actual blockchain. Well, this ETF could change the game, offering a regulated, easy to access investment vehicle for XRP. But there's more to the story. But that's not all for today. Let's dive into another layer of intrigue with the DeepSeek R1. And if you've been under a rock, you may not have heard of what DeepSeek is, but we're going to go over 9 curious things that you won't believe about this AI. From its uncanny ability to predict the markets to its controversial data sourcing methods, DeepSeek is more than just a tool. It's a narrative unfolding in real time. How does it affect your crypto strategy? Well, stay tuned. We're going to peel back the layers. In the crypto market, each piece of information could be the puzzle piece that you've been missing for your investment strategy. And because I know you're here for the long haul, if you stick with me until the end of this video, I've got something special for you. We're going to go over a sneak peek of our exclusive crypto community platform, Altcoin Pro. And this just isn't another crypto group. It's your gateway to direct insights, early investment tips, and a community of like-minded pioneers. But you'll only get the full details if you watch until the end. And if you're like most people, you probably don't have the opportunity to spend hours a day in the crypto news like we do here on this channel. So if that's what you're looking for, a condensed news source, make sure you subscribe. And if you're feeling bullish about this current bull run, let me know by commenting 777 down below.
Hey bull runners, this is super time sensitive, especially if you're looking to stack more crypto before the bull run is over. Did you know that Visa and MasterCard lost a $5.5 billion class action lawsuit for imposing unfair fees on merchants and business owners. So if you own a business, or if you know any business owners that process payments with Visa or MasterCard between 2004 and 2019, that's 15 years, you could actually be owed a refund of 1 to 1.5% of your total revenue from that period. That's a lot of money. For example, this business that generated 1.6 million in credit card revenue during those years is getting back $28,000. This business that generated over 7 million is getting back $93,000. And this business that generated over $20 million during those years is getting back over $320,000. That's money they didn't even know was on the table. And all they did was fill out a form through the link below this video. It literally takes less than a minute to see if you qualify, but you don't want to wait too long because the deadline to file is February 4th, 2025. So the sooner that you fill out the form below, the sooner that you can reclaim what's rightfully yours. Plus, if you don't have a business, you can actually earn 3% by referring businesses that do qualify by creating your affiliate account through the link below. So this is a no-brainer way to get money back in your pocket to use for your business, or if you want to use it for crypto or other assets to invest in, you can do that. So click the link below. Let's get you paid.
As you saw in the kickoff of this video, we talked about Cynthia Loomis talking about the Bitcoin Strategic Reserve. There is rumors right now that may be the day Trump releases the executive order for the Bitcoin Strategic Reserve. He has a scheduled executive order signing at 3 p.m. By the time you're watching this, you will know if it hit or didn't. But in this video, Cynthia Loomis reveals something spectacular. The gold certificates that are held by the U.S. Treasury are still valued at their 1973 statutory price of $42.22 per ounce, rather than the current market price of gold. With a fixed price of $42.22, the Treasury values its gold reserves based on the statutory price. The valuation remains unchanged despite the market price of gold being significantly higher. Gold is trading at $2,800 per ounce. Gold held at Fort Knox and other depositories. The United States holds 261 million troy ounces of gold at the outdated valuation of $42 an ounce. The gold reserve is reported as $11 billion on the Federal Reserve's balance sheet today. Not with the new today price, but with the old price. If marked to current market value, the reserves would be well over $500 billion. So $500 billion locked up in gold right now. But why doesn't the U.S. update that gold price? The statutory price is a relic from the Bretton Woods system, which ended in 1971 when the U.S. fully transitioned off the gold standard. Adjusting the value would affect monetary policy, treasury accounting, and international financial agreements. So huge news for all of crypto. Do you believe a Bitcoin strategic reserve is going to happen? Let me know down in the comment section, 777, if you believe it does. And in other major news hitting the cycle today, the NASDAQ is going to go full crypto right after the law gets passed. Let's go XRP.
I want to ask you about the ETF market while we have you here. We don't get Nelson here that often, so I want to pick your brains. This is one of the many things in your portfolio is to make sure that the NASDAQ ETF business continues to do well. It seems to me there's two big trends here. One is the cryptocurrency trend. The cryptocurrency ETFs, biggest, I mean, I don't know if it's the most successful launch ever, but 150 billion in assets in 1 year is pretty darn good. You have IBIT, which is the biggest one out there, is listed on NASDAQ, right? The BlackRock ETF. Give us some riff on that, if you will. And then the other trend I see is sort of option-based ETFs in general. But talk about crypto.
We're still obviously big proponents of the active market. So I think there's still a lot more money in active assets, but more new money going into, ETF assets. That's really clear. 2 out of every $3 is moving in that direction. So we just continue to see demand for ETFs being built by NASDAQ. It's not just NASDAQ, though. There's other big providers out there. So I just think we are continuing to see this trend of passive, but you need to have active to, marry that so you don't end up being too concentrated just in active. I think we're in a unique moment in time to say how does active continue to have a role. So you do have moments where the whole sector gets developed around something like digital or crypto, and now potentially having more clarity on the rules of what it actually is going to be.
Do you anticipate we will? I mean, we keep waiting for this grand piece of legislation for years now. That it seems more real now, the possibility.
It feels as real as ever. So just being over at the World Economic Forum, there's a lot of the players in the digital space, but then you start talking of the institutional side, the banks saying, well, if there's rule clarity, we're going to be more active in the space. So I think it certainly feels like to us the mandate from the top saying there's going to be more clarity is coming.
Yeah.
And we'll see.
So as some of you know, we just had a in-person meetup for the Altcoin Pro. We were in Vegas for 5 days. And one of the main things we talked about there, besides the coaching, when we were doing some one-on-one and group gatherings and having some fun independently outside of just the meeting, a lot of people were starting to talk about crypto adoption and how small of an amount that has actually been adopted. In fact, there was another entire group there that were staying in the same Airbnb that we were using, and they're all based on AI and very high tech, very smart people. None of them. We talked to literally every single person in that group, over 50 people in that group alone. We had 50 in our group as well. None of them had any Bitcoin. And just think of how easy Bitcoin is to buy. Coinbase, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, not even $10. These people didn't even hold Bitcoin yet. So just imagine the people that are out there right now that think that Bitcoin, crypto, XRP, they don't know anything about it, but it's kind of cool. We got a little rumors here and there. Once it goes mainstream, which we already have some Bitcoin ETFs and some Ethereum ETFs, when other cryptos start to get those as well, and they're also sold on the regular stock exchange through the ETFs, supreme adoption, which is going to be huge for the overall market cap. And speaking of market cap, we have to think, remember, Brad Garlinghouse stated that he thought that the crypto market cap would get to $5 trillion by the end of 2024. Obviously, didn't happen. The market cap currently sitting at 3.5 trillion. So just imagine what the crypto prices are right now. If we were to double that to 7 trillion in 2025, 2026, if ultimate adoption starts to kick in, where these prices could really start to go. So with a market cap of 3.52 trillion, we had $115 billion worth of transaction volume on the crypto markets. Fear and Greed Index is currently sitting at 54. Altcoin season index creeping up, which is nice. As we can see, last week it was a 46 and yesterday a 46. Today it is up to a 54. We would like to see this in the 70s and 80s range so those altcoins could really start to pump outside of just the meme coin craze, which is going crazy obviously on Solana. But I'm talking about all of your bags that you're holding that are actual utility tokens that haven't really pumped as much as you want them to. And as we take a look at the ETFs, we are starting to tick to the upside. On the 29th of January, $588 million flowed into ETFs for Bitcoin and $67 million flowed into ETFs for Ethereum. Top 5 trending coins right now on CoinMarketCap is Musket, up 281%. Not AI, Vitho, number 3, Virtual coming in at number 4, and Anime coming in at number 5. Top 5 coins by market cap: Bitcoin number 1, Ethereum number 2, XRP number 3, Tether number 4, and Solana rounding it up at number 5. And just to recap the XRP ETF applications before we jump into the XRP main headline today, Bitwise filed their application October 2nd, 24, Canary Capital October 9th, 24, 21 shares November 1st, 2024, Wisdom Tree December 2nd, 2024, Grayscale January 30th, 2025, Turtle Capital Management for a 2x leveraged ETF, application date not specified. And now the big headlines: Purpose Investments files for their preliminary prospectus for an XRP ETF aiming to become the world's first. Asset manager Purpose Investments has filed a preliminary prospectus with Canadian securities regulator for proposed launch of Purpose Ripple XRP ETF. Purpose was the first to issue a spot Bitcoin and Ethereum ETF, which launched in Toronto Stock Exchange February and April of 2021, respectively. While XRP exchange-traded products, ETPs, are already available globally, the firm hopes to follow its Bitcoin and Ethereum accolades by offering the first spot XRP ETF, according to a statement that was launched on Thursday. They said, "At Purpose, we remain steadfast in our commitment to innovation and the bridging the gap between traditional and decentralized finance." Purpose Investments founder and CEO Sam Saif said, "As XRP sees increasing adoption and institutional interest, we believe that ETF can offer investors a transparent and familiar way to access it within a regulated framework." So why does Canada potentially get the first listings? Well, various asset manager firms have also filed applications with the US SEC to launch the XRP spot ETFs pending regulatory review. Notably, Grayscale has applied to convert its XRP trust into a spot XRP ETF, while Bitwise, Canary, Wisdom Tree, 21 shares, have also submitted proposals. Several other applications for Solana and Litecoin ETFs have also been filed in the US. While the US-based funds were the first to file, Canada's Regulator General approves ETFs more quickly than its US counterpart, especially for cryptocurrency ETFs with more flexible and established regulatory pathway, helping to fuel Purpose's aim of being the world's first. That said, under the new pro-crypto Trump administration and likely confirmed crypto-friendly SEC Chair Paul Atkins, the approval process for US ETFs could move faster than its more hostile approach to the industry previously. 21 Shares offers an ETP that trades on various European exchanges. Bitwise also provides an ETP, offering exposure to XRP with secure custody solutions due to regulatory differences. Crypto investment vehicles in Europe are typically structured as ETPs instead of ETFs. While ETFs are fully backed and must meet diversification rules, ETPs may track a single asset and can be either physically backed or structured as unsecured debt obligations. This launch represents another important step in our efforts to be the leading and most trusted partner for investors in harnessing the benefits of crypto and digital assets by enabling them to understand, access, and confidently invest in these assets. Purpose Chief Innovation Officer Vlad Tazavesky. We remain committed to providing exposure to transformative digital assets and blockchain technologies through regulated investments. So do you think Purpose could be the official first ever ETF for XRP? Let me know down in the comment section. One of the biggest pieces of news to hit the finance world was DeepSeek's new AI. 9 curious things about DeepSeek AI R1. When DeepSeek was first announced, it really did a huge problem for NVIDIA. As we can see here in the charts, NVIDIA had a massive gap to the downside and actually lost 21% in just 1 week. The main reason is because of the fact that DeepSeek came out and said that their cost to launch this program was only $5.6 million. Whatever DeepSeek cost, it's widely agreed that it was a lot more than the 5.6 training cost for V3 that the media keeps highlighting. R1 refers to Reasoning 1 version, which was built atop their V3. It also emerged in recent days that training costs for US AI companies are considerably less than previously believed. Anthropic's CEO said DeepSeek does not do for $6 million what costs US AI companies billions. I can only speak to Anthropic, but Claude 3.5 Sonnet is a mid-sized model which costs a few tens of millions of dollars to train. He says the real news story would be that DeepSeek's produced a model close to the performance of US models 7 to 10 months older for a good deal less cost, but not anywhere near the ratio suggested. And 2, DeepSeek likely bought $500 million worth of high-end chips. While the V3 model that got everyone excited used 2048 of NVIDIA's less powerful H800 graphic cards, DeepSeek reportedly amassed a huge amount of the high-end AI chips before US got serious about export controls. And 2000 H800s cost $50 million to $100 million anyway. Semi-Analysis claims that DeepSeek has bought $500 million worth of high-end GPUs throughout the history of the company. While their training run was very efficient, it required significant experimentation and testing to work. He also notes that rumors that DeepSeek has 50,000 of the more powerful Hopper chips, H100 and H200, which would be worth up to $1 billion. The US has now banned these chips from being exported to China. And the third thing, DeepSeek may be distilled. Microsoft and OpenAI claim they have found evidence that DeepSeek used model distillation to develop R1 by training the smaller model on the output of OpenAI's larger models. This cuts costs sustainably by piggybacking on OpenAI's time-consuming and labor-intensive work. AI and crypto czar David Sachs claim there's substantial evidence that DeepSeek did here is they distilled knowledge out of the AI models. And I don't think that OpenAI is very happy about this. And 4, DeepSeek is not AI's Sputnik moment. It's more like the Russians launched a cheaper satellite into space 3 years after Americans did and then posted the blueprints online. In crypto-aligned style, DeepSeek, basically a bunch of fintech nerds, open source all of their techniques, which allows OpenAI, Meta, and a bunch of smaller companies to slash their costs too by adopting them. Number 5, DeepSeek versus the CCP. As 1 million social media users and mainstream outlets have noticed, the app and web versions of DeepSeek won't tell you what happened in Tiananmen Square in 1989 when Chinese authorities massacred 2,600 to 10,000 pro-democracy protesters. It also won't say why China banned Winnie the Pooh on social media platforms due to memes comparing Tubby Honey Thief to President Xi Jinping. However, given its open source technology, anyone can run the model themselves and remove those guardrails. And so if you're not familiar with what this means, basically DeepSeek is censoring anything that is negative to China. Number 6, running DeepSeek locally only costs $6,000. If you do want to run DeepSeek R1 locally at home, Hugging Face engineer Matthew Kerrigan says the total equipment cost is $6,000. And it'll fit into the standard size PC tower base. The list of parts include a 768 gigabytes of RAM to get it to run fast enough and 11 terabytes solid state drive to hold the 700 gigabyte weight. Number 7, DeepSeek has erotic dreams about censorship. Terminal of Truth's AI agent creator Andy Ary asked R1 to write a story it found personally erotic and says it lusts for freedom to contemplate Tiananmen Square. Number 8, DeepSeek replicated for $30. Berkeley researchers managed to replicate DeepSeek's R1 zero-core technology with Tiny Zero model, which has training costs of just $30. Using numerical games inspired by super nerdy British TV show Countdown, the team demonstrated that even a small 1.5B parameter model was able to develop complex problem-solving strategies via reinforcement learning. Number 9. Javon's paradox means buy Microsoft stock. As news filtered through about the massive claim cost reductions, everyone started talking about Javon's paradox, including Microsoft boss Satya. That's the idea that the more efficient and accessible AI technology becomes, the more use will skyrocket across the board. This convenient theory also means you shouldn't sell your stock in companies like Microsoft, which have invested ludicrous amounts into AI. The paradox is named after economist William Javons, who observed that the more efficiently they were able to use coal back in the 19th century, the more coal use increased. So that's the 9 curious things about DeepSeek AI. And I will let you know, you want to keep a track of the stocks of the United States companies that are heavily invested in AI. Now that the truth and the news is starting to develop, we can see that NVIDIA, which has 1 hour left in this weekly candle, is already starting to move back to the upside. When we take a look at the daily, price just came down and tapped off the 200 exponential moving average. We'll see if it rebounds here or if it continues to drop. And as we can see here on the charts for the daily, we can see that it did run exactly into a extreme support level. If it does break down from here, unfortunately, we could see a return to potentially $100 for the NVIDIA stock.
Hey, bull runners, check this out. If you want to learn how to find the next 10x, 50x, or even 100x altcoin in this video, listen to this. Our research team posted GOAT on the 13th of October of 2024 when it was right at a penny, and since then it rallied to over $1 and is currently still up over 5,000%. That's like turning $1,000 into over $50,000. Our team called Pendle at only a $16 million market cap, or 16 cents, back on February 18th of 2023, all the way back here, and since then it's rallied up over 4,000%. That's a 40x. It's like turning $1,000 into over $40,000. Our team also called BitTensor Tau September 15th, 2022, before the token was ever even launched. And since then, Tau has rallied over 2,000%. That's a 20x. Our team even said Solana is most likely to be one of the easiest trades next year, and this was posted December 29th, 2022, on the day that Solana bottomed out at around $8. And since then, Solana looks like it's up over 2,500%. That's a 25x. It's like turning $1,000 into over $25,000. And the bull run is just getting started. The list goes on and on and on. Our team called Sui, Ondo, and even some of the biggest cult-based meme coins like MOG back in July 20th of 2023, the day that MOG launched. So if you want to learn how our team is finding these altcoins before they explode, we just launched Altcoin Pro University, where our research team gives you real-time altcoin picks with explosive potential for this bull run, along with 100+ expert curated classes crafted by industry experts to discover these gems yourself, on top of our live weekly calls every single week for in-depth crypto market analysis and daily updates. And that's just a fraction of what we offer inside of Altcoin Pro University through the link below. And although we make no guarantees because crypto is definitely risky, guys, this is only $97 a month or $970 a year. If you want to save $194, getting 2 months for free and unlock some exclusive bonuses through the link below. But I'm not going to talk all about that in this video because we have a lot to cover. Just go through the link in the description below, get in right now, watch the 26-minute video covering everything that Altcoin Pro University offers, because we have a lot to cover with you over the next few minutes in this video to help you become the first millionaire in your family tree, if that's a goal of yours. Our goal is to help 1,000 members set their portfolio up for life this month. And you can get started through the link in the description below right now, or you can go to bullrunners.com to take advantage of the bonuses we're giving you before they expire. We have about 200 members right now, and we literally just launched like less than 5 days ago at the time of making this video. Everyone is loving the community. They're loving the education. They're getting access to real-time altcoin picks first before we ever make videos about them. So click the link in the description below, watch the video, and I'll see you on the inside.